All right. Well, this is the first time I'm doing this, so I have no idea what I'm doing. Uh, Hi. Oh, I see somebody joined. Whew. Okay, I guess I'm live. Hi, everybody. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk to Marcia Kilgore of Beauty Pie as soon as I see her up here. And I thought, yeah, I love you too, guys. Thanks and welcome to my very first live IG. Oh my God, you should see my setup. It's so pathetic. I lost my ring light. I couldn't find it. So I'm like sitting by a window and everything is a mess. Anyway, waiting for Marcia to come. And hi, hello everybody. And I thought that we would take the first 30 minutes with Marcia to talk about skin treatments specifically. And yeah, there'll be dogs and cats and things popping up in the background. Oh, there she is. Hello, Marcia. Hang on. Okay, I pressed the button and I hope. Oh, yeah, there she is.
Hey,
Hey,
can we just talk about that magazine cover?
sure. Go
Oh
for
my God. I don't even get that naked in my own bathroom.
it. Marcia, perhaps it's time to take
Maybe
inventory.
it is. I
Get
just want
naked.
to say congratulations because you look so hot.
Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. Now I know it's 9 o'clock where you are in Europe.
Yeah, it's all right. I was just so excited. I heard that you got a shipment and you wanted to ask me some questions. So I'm super excited. And
I
I'm just
have
gonna,
I have loads of
oh,
questions for you,
sorry.
and my followers have loads of questions for us too. Now, guys, I just want to let you know. Okay, Marcia Kilgore, the founder of Beauty Pie.
Hey, everybody.
Entrepreneur extraordinaire. She started companies like Bliss and FitFlop and let's see, Soap and Glory, Super Duper. Am
But
I
I can't, but I
now?
can't control my own hair.
Well, that's okay. I can't control
Y-
anything in this house either. So it's fair. Um, and I mean, I know that I'm laying it on a big thick when I say you are a bloody genius when it comes to skin. I mean, this is
Oh,
what
thank
you've
you.
done your whole life, right?
I have, yeah, I have. I mean, I had terrible skin when I was a teenager. And
Oh,
so I think, lots of us, we get into business because we're solving some kind of problem for ourselves, and then it becomes an interest, right? And it makes other people happy. And when I had Bliss, it was such a wonderful time because I just met a lot of people who wanted to look beautiful and wanted to pamper themselves. And so it was probably one of the best times of my life, just meeting so many different women and men who came in for treatments, and then just, in sort of organically learning about how the skin works and how ingredients work. And it was just a wonderful time and a wonderful education for me, and also like a social club. So I had a great time, but it was a real gift.
well, you have been doing it ever since. So, and
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask how many years.
A lot of years.
I know a lot of years.
Like 30 years. Isn't that
Well, there we go.
crazy?
And now we are a little older and even more fabulous. And
Yes.
you have all of that vast knowledge.
Yeah.
And I asked some of my followers before earlier if about questions for the two of us. And I thought that we would take this. I'm sorry, I'm sitting here with a fan because my air conditioning doesn't
It's
work.
also very hot in where I'm sitting on a floor on a pillow
Oh, well,
because everywhere else I went, there was only overhead lighting. You know how that is.
I do know how that is, and it took me like 5 minutes to figure out this setup because I lost my ring light, and so I'm sitting by the window. My
You look
cat.
good, Paulina. You look good.
Well,
Great, actually, you look great.
well,
I'm
thank.
sitting by like a nice soft lamp on the
Oh,
floor of my bedroom.
well, you look great too. Uh,
Thanks.
so anyway, I thought that what we should do because there was a lot of questions about skin treatments and skin and old and particularly older skin. Given that I'm 56 and
I'm 53.
well, you're a beautiful
You're
53.
a beautiful 56, but you're just beautiful.
Well, it's like let's join each other's fan
We
clubs.
really can.
So I thought we would take the time that you have to sort of delve into the questions of skin and
Sure.
and skin treatments and all of the stuff that my followers wanted to know about. And then when you have to check out, guys, I can stay around and then answer some makeup questions about just doing makeup for an older face. If if you want to stay on and
Oh my God, I might stay for that, but I'll log out and then just watch the rest.
I don't think you need it, Marcia, quite honestly, but thank you. So let's go right for it.
Would love to.
Obviously, being in whatever. When did you feel like your skin started to change? Like when did you start seeing the first signs of like what we call aging?
Aging, yeah. Well, I'm quite lucky because my skin was super oily. And in fact, oily skin doesn't age as fast as drier skin. And
Yeah.
the reason for that, reasons are many, but oil holds water in your skin, right? So when you have naturally oily skin, you don't dehydrate as much. And when you don't dehydrate as much, you don't wrinkle as much. Equally, when I was younger, I grew up in Canada and there wasn't really a lot of sun. So you didn't end up in the sun a lot. And one of the worst things for your skin in terms of aging is sun damage, and it accumulates over a really long time. And we don't necessarily realize that when we're younger, we're out in the sun, and that actually is aging us. Already when you're 6, 7, 8, if you get a sunburn or you get too much sun, it starts to kind of melt your collagen and elastin. And I also started to do facials right when I was 21. On other people and then on myself. So very early on, I also got into microdermabrasion and using a lot of good ingredients on my skin. I didn't start using retinols I probably started using retinol over the last, I'd say 7 or 8 years, which is one of the most important ingredients for anti-aging. But I probably would say I started to feel a little bit more nervous about my skin looking, starting to see signs of wrinkling, etc. when I was maybe 36 or 37.
That's weird. It was exactly 36 for me, and I remember specifically saying like it was my 36th birthday, and I went and I looked at it like I was in the bathroom mirror, and I went, "Oh, hold on."
Oh, yeah, there it goes. There it goes.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
At first, I thought it was cool.
I think it is cool, actually. It's nice to have some expression on your face, right? And a few wrinkles and laugh lines. And, as long as your skin, I think, looks vibrant and it's well moisturized and you can have that glow, which is, you can have it at any age, then it's not bad to have a little bit of wrinkling, a few lines. It makes you look like who you are. And it's beautiful to see your life on your face, I think. But we all still want to look as good as we can.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. I mean, I read a lot of comments from my followers that were saying things like, what do I do about forehead wrinkles? What do I do about this jowls? Like, what can I use to lift this? And what can I do to get rid of this? And I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to ask you about it, Marcia. But from my experience, there's not a whole lot you can do about that except for actual,
people have facelifts, etc. Yes.
Yeah, because look, there's no skin cream in the world that's going to do this.
No, nothing is going to really lift you up, right? Because that is gravity, and it's also lack of collagen and elastin, or a lot of sun damage, which one of our doctors says melts your collagen and elastin. So you can use different products to build it back up, and you can take collagen internally, and there is some scientific evidence that it actually will work, and it helps to grow your hair and helps to make your nails stronger. And a lot of people will say if they take it regularly, they see that sort of not necessarily lifting, but a little bit more fullness in the skin. Plumping, like fatter skin, right? Visually kind of fatter, because we see that as we get older, our skin almost becomes transparent or translucent. So being able to fatten that up by adding back in collagen and elastin, using those ingredients like vitamin C and retinol and niacinamide and sunscreen every day, right?
Sunscreen
every day.
When I started working for Estee Lauder, I think it was like 20 or 21, and I was at one of those Estee Lauder like lunches where the scientists were all at my table, and I thought, this is fantastic. I'm going to ask them what treatments actually work. And unified around the table, they just looked at me and they said SPF.
Yes.
And from that moment on, I made sure that I was using SPF. Told all my friends, all my family, and it really does make a big difference. So let's talk about collagen for a second, since you
Okay.
were already going there. So,
Yeah.
if you take collagen internally, now Bliss does have a collagen supplement thing. It
Beauty
might
pie.
you. What did I just say?
Bliss, that's okay. We were back in the Bliss days because we were talking about it. I actually don't know because I'm not involved anymore with Bliss.
Oh no, of course it's
Yeah,
not.
I don't know if they
No,
have a, but
let
but Beauty Pie has a collagen supplement.
of
We
course
have
I beauty pie, but it's a blissful
you
kind
never
of
know,
pie.
you never know. We're equal opportunity.
No. Sorry guys, I'm talking about beauty pie, and this is like the 56-year-old.
Well, you are our ambassador, So
So beauty pie does have a supplement. It's made from fish collagen, right?
yes, it's a pure yes, a marine collagen. So it's a
So
fish
it's
collagen rather
vegetarian.
than a bovine collagen,
Exactly.
and
I thought it
and
was.
it's wild wild fish. So they're wild caught fish, which is better than for many reasons a farmed fish. And there's also biotin, a high level of vitamin C, and also an ingredient in there called Tremella muciformis. It's a mushroom extract. Tremella fuciformis mushroom extract. See, you just passed it on. So we're confusing our words, but it's an amazing moisturizing ingredient that is then absorbed into your skin, along with the biotin and the vitamin C, which is really important because if you don't have enough vitamin C when you take your collagen, most of the vitamin C will go to your main organs because your organs need it. So you have to make sure that you have almost like a little overdose of vitamin C when you take your collagen powder. So Kay Ali, who is our nutritionist, worked on this formulation to make sure that when you actually take it, I always take it just with a really cold glass of water in the morning. And then you can't really taste the fishy part because collagen powder is going to be a little bit fishy because it's made out of
Well,
fish
I've
collagen.
almost consumed my entire bottle that I had to advance. And I can taste the fish a tiny bit, but
Tiny bit.
honestly, it doesn't bother me, and I feel good about not, it not coming from animals. So,
Yes. Yeah.
because I tend to be more on the vegetarian side, and but then I use all the products too, so I don't really know what's working,
Yeah.
but but I feel pretty good about myself. So
You know
um,
what? That's kind of the whole idea of beauty pie is like you just, at some point, you just want to try everything. And
yeah,
I think, a lot of us would love to be able to take collagen powder every day, and we want to be able to use our retinol and our vitamin C and put on, a miracle cream and have lots of moisturizer and use it a little bit with reckless abandon. You kind of don't want to have to think about every tiny little bit of something that you're using. You want to be able to be generous with your products. And I found even myself when I didn't have a beauty company, so when I was in between businesses, and I wasn't part of Soap and Glory anymore, and I went to buy a moisturizer in the airport in Hong Kong, and it was I had forgotten one, and I was actually heading to the factory in Dongguan to make FitFlops range, and it was in the autumn, and it's quite cold there, and they don't heat the factories, and actually they don't heat the hotels, and I had forgotten to bring moisturizer, and I was going to be there for 2 weeks, and I thought, well, let me just buy a moisturizer in duty free. So I went over to the shelf of a moisturizer that I knew was a good quality moisturizer. So it was a brand, a well-known brand, and I had actually been given a pot of it some years before and thought this is actually quite good for moisturizing. And it was about 150 US dollars. And I just thought, forget
oh yeah,
it. Because I hadn't had to buy my own beauty product for so long, because when you're in the industry,
yeah.
people just give you, the labs will send you products to test because they're hoping that you will buy some of those products or start work on some of those textures to take a product to market. And I was so shocked at the real retail price and thought, well, if I'm not going to buy this, why should anybody have to pay this much for a moisturizer? I know how much they really cost to make. And that kind of started the idea for Beauty Pie, because I love my products as much as the next guy, probably more. I love to put a lot of them on. I like to use them down my neck, on the chest, the shoulders, the hands, like arms if they're getting a little bit dry and not looking as good as they can. And I just want to equalize it for everyone like us, right? Who
Oh,
we don't, Yeah, we like to use our stuff.
Well, I joined Beauty Pie pretty much as soon as you started. I think I was one of your first handful of customers because
I heard about that. I was so
well,
honored.
I thought it was I used to call myself and it's kind of a vulgar name, so I'm not going to mention it, but an avid consumer of product, let's say.
Yeah. Oh, I know
Um,
what you mean. I know
mhm.
what, yeah. Yeah.
So when Beauty Pie first, when I heard about it, and I thought the concept was, of course, brilliant. And then when I saw the prices of the products, I couldn't believe that the products would be any good. To tell you
Yeah.
the truth,
Of
I
course,
thought
we get that a lot. We get that a lot because people
because
don't.
it's so cheap,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so I was like, I don't know about this. And then until I started getting my products and started getting hooked. Not on everything, to be absolutely honest with
Yeah,
everything.
but you're
There's
always going to have that. Even if you
that are
buy
better.
something for retail, you're going to think, well, maybe this isn't really quite right for my skin, or maybe you use it during the wrong season,
Yeah,
right?
or
Something
use
might be a
just
little too
not the right
heavy, or
ingredient
yeah,
there, but you have so many products. And
so
in
many
fact, one of
products.
the reasons I wanted to talk to you today was a girlfriend of mine came over, somebody I bought a membership for as a
Oh,
Christmas
thank you.
present, and she came in, and I was like, so, what's up with your skin? Like, you look amazing. And do you have some Botox or a little filler? Because like you look unbelievable.
Fresh.
Yeah, and she was like, "No, I haven't used any of that stuff for a really long time now. It's my Beauty Pie stuff." And I was like, "God damn, it sounds like an ad."
Oh, it makes me
It's
feel
sort of,
so
but
happy.
I was so thrilled, and I was like, "Okay, you need to tell me what you're using right now." So I'm just going to show you. This is what she
Okay.
showed
So
me.
you then went and ordered it? I love this.
So it's,
Oh,
yep,
yeah.
Superdose C.
Yes.
That was
Yeah.
one of her things that she swore by.
Those are
And
incredible.
then the
Ah, awesome
bronze.
bronze self-tanning drops. Those are also incredible.
Yep. And
Is that the triple hyaluronic acid? It's quite
hyaluronic
small. Is it the
acid,
it's the new triple
triple
hyaluronic acid moisturizer?
leave
That
moisturizer,
is
nourishing
amazing. That's made in Japan. It is amazing. The texture of it, you need the tiniest amount and it does your whole face, neck. You know, you can almost use it as a body cream. It spreads so far and it's so plumping for your skin. Also fragrance free. We made a few things fragrance free. I mean, we've worked on that moisturizer for a couple of years already because we wanted to get it just right. And some people love a fragrance free moisturizer. I know that you
yeah.
also are a big fan of the Super Healthy Skin Ultimate Anti-Aging
Oh
Cream.
my God. Look, I have some of it right here. This is my personal favorite.
That stuff is the bomb. It's like everything in the
Personal
kitchen
favorite.
sink. Yeah.
This is the closest that I've come to a miracle cream personally, because when I put this on, it does, there's a slight plumping and a slight firming effect. And it's just, I am totally addicted to this. So this is my number one.
I
I have many
think,
other number ones, but let's just go, because I've had this question a lot of times, and I think that we should, because it's confusing. There's so many products. There's so much
yes.
stuff now, and people don't know SPF before cream, and like, what does one actually really need? Now, obviously, with
Mm,
Beauty Pie, you can kind of afford to buy a ton,
you
so
can,
you
but you
don't
don't need a
have to
ton.
just you don't just
No.
have to pick and choose, like, oh, I have to save money, so I'll just get the moisturizer. But what would you say? What would be a really good routine for aging skin,
Okay.
beautiful aging skin? What would you say, like a morning routine and then an evening routine? Because personally, I don't do mornings. I don't
Oh, not at all.
I don't do nothing in the morning. I just wake up and I put on this thing,
Yeah, the Super
and I
Healthy
put on my
Skin.
SPF, and that's it.
Yes.
I
Well,
don't.
that's actually, if you're low maintenance. So I always ask people, they ask me often for routines. And my first question is usually, do you have any allergies? Where do you live? Because if you live somewhere that is drier, you're going to need a little bit more moisturizer and more layers. If you live somewhere that's more humid, you probably need a little bit less. And of course, everybody needs sunscreen every morning. So that's kind of a given. And then I'll just say, like, are you high, medium, or low maintenance? Right? Most people don't really need to cleanse their face in the morning unless you've still got makeup on for the night from the night before, which you shouldn't, but it does happen. You don't need to really go in for a deep cleanse or a triple cleanse in the morning, right? Of course,
Right.
a lot of companies will sell you as many cleansers as you'll buy, but you don't have to, right? Water would be fine. You're going to take a shower. You might use a little Wonder Scrub in the shower. I often use, don't know if you've tried Wonder Scrub. It's like this incredible.
Are you kidding?
Oh
This
my
is
God,
like
Wonder
my number
Scrub.
2 all-time favorite. I like did a whole like love song to Wonder Scrub.
Oh,
Yeah, it was online.
I
Like
bet it
this
was a
stuff,
nice song.
unbelievable.
It's so incredibly gentle, right? And it's
And
got fruit
it
enzymes
feels
in
like
it,
I was saying it feels
like chalk, almost like chalk on a blackboard, right?
Mhm.
It's so thorough, yet so gentle. And I love using that. Just you put it on, even on dry skin with a couple, just wet your fingertips and scrub around. And there are enzymes in it that eat the dead cells off your face. So you get a really smooth canvas. And
Yeah,
then, and also the scrub grains in it are a volcanic lava sphere. They're perfectly round, but so tiny. So you use it and it doesn't scratch, it doesn't irritate, it's not going to make you red. Even if you have a little bit of redness in your
yeah.
cheeks or on your T-zone, no problem. And then you rinse that off in the shower a couple times a week.
Yeah.
Then normally when I get out of the shower, I use something, I don't know if you've tried it, sorry, but I always use a mist when I get out of the shower. And I've just started getting used to that because it just, oh, you've got the new one. I don't even have the new one.
I have not. I've only tried this on my face this morning, so I'm not even sure how. Like
It's a triple
it's
hyaluronic
triple
acid
hyaluronic
mist.
acid. So
I
this is
haven't
a
got mine yet. I mean,
sorry,
I had. Oh, I feel a bit. Yeah, I feel a little bit envious there.
really
I did
nice.
have the product sample. We worked on it for a long time, but I haven't got the one in the package, brand new. So bravo to you, you lucky girl.
Yeah,
But
sorry, I'm
it's
special, so I got it.
you are
But
special.
this has been, and this
Is
is called Uber Youth. You
the
know, that's
microbiome? Is that the microbiome
it's the
mist?
microbiome spray,
Okay, that is like a
and my friends
miracle.
that have rosacea,
Yes, a
uh,
miracle. That is incredible. It just soothes everything. So if you are a little bit red or your skin tends to get a little bit irritated, lots of people seem to get rosacea,
yeah,
hormonally induced, potentially at a certain age. But also, I found people who have digestive issues or stomach problems often will also say that they've got a little bit of rosacea. And that microbiome mist has some ingredients in it, not only that are anti-aging and lifting and firming and brightening, but also very good for just soothing the surface of your skin and calming down any inflammation. And we actually didn't expect that when we formulated it. That's why it's called Uber Youth, right? Because it's actually part of the Uber Youth range to make your skin younger. And then we kept
you know,
hearing
that's
back
not
from
my favorite
people.
term, right?
Yeah, I know, but people need
I
sort of to
know
know
it's
what the stuff does.
I
So
know, I
yeah,
know.
so, but everybody kept coming back to us and saying, oh my God, this is so incredible for my rosacea. So sometimes there's sort of an unintended side effect that makes us really happy. And now we know to tell people who have rosacea that that's a great one to try. And again, because you're not paying for all the crazy retailer markups, super affordable to try a lot of different things to try and get the right routine. Now, going back
Yeah,
to routines.
yeah.
So
Back to routine.
yeah, even if you're low maintenance, you get out of the shower, remember that water will dry your face, right?
Yeah,
So anytime
exactly.
that you're washing your face, it dries it. And that's why I like to use a little bit of a mist after the shower just to kind of rehydrate, plump, put some ceramides in there or some hyaluronic acid just to draw water back into the skin. Then if you're really dry, or if you need to brighten pigmentation, you could use something like a super drops or a serum. You just had the vitamin C super drops,
Yeah,
which are amazing during the day, right? Because sun damage, as we
yeah,
know, is one of the things that ages your skin the most. And vitamin C is an incredible antioxidant, so it will help protect your skin from sun damage. And if you are out in UV light during the day, which we all are, if we can see
hmm
our way across the street, that's UV light. Even if we are wearing our sunscreen, vitamin C is just an incredible antioxidant, and it's also a precursor to collagen production. So putting a couple of drops of like the vitamin C that you held up and just patting it on, remember it smells a little bit like smoky. Have you smelled
yeah,
that?
yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
the
have that.
ferulic acid. You just know it's working.
Ferulic acid, we all know is well, maybe not all of us know, but ferulic acid is really
Incredible ingredient.
yeah,
Incredible ingredient.
yeah,
So you could use the super drops or not, right? You could skip any kind of serum or drops, just do the mist and then use, for instance, the Super Healthy Skin Ultimate Anti-Aging Cream because it's sort of an all-in-one and your
yeah,
sunscreen just like you do. But
yeah,
make sure you do your face, you do your neck,
yeah.
chest,
Chest,
yeah, you don't want
chest
to have like a really
for
young
it.
face and then kind of everything from here down just kind of falls. I mean, you don't. And then you can use any extra up on the back of your hands. Then in the evening, that's where you go for your cleanser, right? And so in the morning, just mist, moisturizer, super drops if you need them, or a serum under your moisturizer if you're really dry, sunscreen, boom, right? In the evening, you can do a single cleanse. You could do a double cleanse if you want to. Some people love to really get into massaging their face and doing that second cleanser application, which you probably don't really need unless you're very oily or if your skin is very clogged. But it's kind of nice to have the ritual of really doing that massage once you've removed your makeup.
I kind
So
of do it just because I feel like when I take off my makeup, it hasn't necessarily cleansed my skin all the way. So I
yeah,
kind
so
of
you
like
do it
that. I,
again.
I do the double cleanse thing.
Yeah,
If I've been wearing makeup, not otherwise.
right. So you can use, I mean, we have a lot of different cleansers, and most of them can be used on any skin type.
Yeah.
There's one that's a super healthy skin. It's a clay cleanser, and it's a little bit more drying. So that one I would say only if you have very
More oil.
oily skin or only on your T-zone. Everything else you can kind of mix and match and use as a first cleanser, a second cleanser. There are balms, et cetera, et cetera. In the evening, if you have aging skin, you've got to use retinol if you can. I mean, there's nothing like it. And I'm always working on a new kind of retinol. We have two serums right now and a retinol night cream. They're all called super retinol because they use a specific kind of retinol that is microencapsulated. A lot of people are scared of retinol.
Oh, a lot of people are, and for a good reason, because sometimes, and I used retinols before Beauty Pie, and I had to stop because A, it irritated my skin, and but I mean, it's
Okay.
supposed to irritate your skin in order to stimulate the collagen growth. But it also then gave me melasma when I went out in the sun. Like
Yes,
it
that's why
get all like,
sunscreen is so important. And you don't
but
want to have that inflammation and the rawness.
yeah, no, it really wasn't all that great. So so started skipping the retinols until I
And
found yours because that one does not do that to my skin. Why? Why does it not do that to my skin?
it's microencapsulated, Paulina. It is retinol, but it's in these tiny microcapsules. So you apply it to your skin and it actually target delivers the retinol deeper into the layers of your skin and then slowly releases it out. So it's not like, and I wouldn't say anything negative about prescription retinol, right? Or retinoids. They're very strong though.
Yeah.
This is a cosmetic ingredient that has the same effect, but it's much more gentle in terms of how it releases into your skin over a period of time so you don't have that redness. So we have different strengths of it. One, if somebody wanted to just start and was really terrified, the best thing to do is just start with the Super Retinol Night Moisturizer because it's a very low percentage of the microencapsulated retinol. They'll still see a big benefit, but it won't be irritating to the skin at all. Even if you have very, very sensitive skin, you'll be fine using that. Of course, if you're pregnant, no retinol until you're finished and even finished breastfeeding, even though some doctors will say, oh, it's fine. We always like to err on the side of caution. You can always use just super healthy skin, lots of vitamin C, all that kind of stuff, but no retinol. And then we have a serum, which is a little bit, it's probably 3 times stronger than the night cream, which is a ceramide boost serum. And then there's a high dose booster serum, which is even stronger. So if you're worried about retinol and you just want to kind of start, you can work your way up from the moisturizer and then get the serum and put the moisturizer on top. And then if that's fine after a couple of months, you can switch to the high dose booster with the moisturizer on top. Or someone like you who really loves your ultimate anti-aging cream, or
Yeah.
you've got your new triple hyaluronic acid, you can use the high dose booster and then whatever moisture cream you want on
Now,
top.
Marcia, would you say that the retinol is like the only cream that truly does change your skin, as in large pores and wrinkles? Are there any other
Ingredients.
ingredients that are as effective as retinols?
You know what, there are probably 5. Now, all doctors are going to say, and we have a doctor we work with who does something called the ABCs of anti-aging. And retinol is the A, vitamin A. Okay, the B is niacinamide. So niacinamide is incredible for brightening the skin. We have niacinamide in quite a few items also at Beauty Pie because we know, you need that, you want the brightening, but it also helps to stimulate circulation. It also works on large pores. And so there's a niacinamide super drops we talked about, which you can just drop a few onto
Oh
your skin
yeah, yeah.
under your retinol. Niacinamide is also super soothing to the skin. And there are a lot of doctors who believe that Aging is from inflammation. So what you want to do is constantly keep your skin from becoming inflamed or even micro-inflamed. So if you're using a retinol, you could use the niacinamide drops. They're actually, hang on, I think I'm losing. There, we lost a little connection there, but I think I was still
Yeah, yeah,
talking.
no, sorry.
That's okay. And
This
then the
is,
third ingredient is vitamin
speaking, I
C.
don't know how to
Oh,
turn my phone off in order to do this. So it's
that's okay.
random people are calling me and I don't know what to
Oh,
do.
they're probably calling you to tell you
Sorry.
you're doing really well on this Instagram
You know
Live,
what? This is
especially because this is your first one. And like, I think you're a
first one,
superstar.
and it's totally home brewed. So you're just gonna have to bear with me because this is
It's
how it's gonna be.
it's working. It's working. You'll have a talk show next.
Yeah, right.
Mhm.
With my cat walking around and like random phone calls. All right. So
Okay, so vitamin A, remember
okay,
vitamin A is retinol, the B is niacinamide, the C is
nice.
vitamin C, right?
Oh,
I also found that peptides are amazing, and there are a lot of peptides in a lot of the different products that we source for Beauty Pie. So my job really now, which is like the dream job, is I go out to the raw ingredient trade shows, right? And then I go out to all the best labs. So we have labs in Japan, we work with labs in Switzerland, labs in Italy, labs in France, and we work with them to create skincare, makeup. Skincare, I'm really a junkie. So
yeah.
I'm such a junkie. So I love all the new ingredients. And when you find one that really works, and then you get to kind of cook something up and add in the retinol and the vitamin C and the niacinamide to make sure that you've got those boosters, but then experimenting with so many new and interesting things that come onto the market from the raw ingredients industry. It's really, I have to say, there's no better job in the world than the one that I've got, because making things that make people look beautiful and then making them affordable so everybody can try them. It's just like being Santa Claus. I mean, if
It's
you believe in Santa
yeah,
Claus.
yeah, it's true. So did we finish the night routine?
Oh, okay. So night routine. So let's go back. Cleanser, right? Some kind of
Yep.
retinol. If you
Yep.
don't want to use a retinol, you could use a super drop. So you could use an exfoliant. You could use a glycolic acid. You could use the micro peeling drops, just something to exfoliate the skin gently. Or you could use also a serum if you wanted to for a little bit more moisturizer, and then night cream. And then I would always use an eye cream. And actually, I forgot about eye cream during the day, but I would always use an eye cream because around your eyes, you have less oil glands. So you need a different mix of ceramides in a cream that goes around your eyes, just a little bit richer. People will say, oh, if you apply an eye cream here, it makes your under eyes puffy or fat buildup, which is a total myth. Nothing will penetrate through and cause puffiness. And actually, just even tapping an eye cream on like this helps to reduce puffiness. So I always use an eye cream. And then I actually always use super retinol hand cream. I keep it by my bed and put a little bit on at night because it'll do the same thing in terms of regenerating your. And then, of course, there's all other kinds of things. We have a chest and neck spray that's amazing if you tend to get a little bit of pigmentation, or if you're lacking elasticity.
Oh, actually, that's me right now, and I just got sent one in my new Beauty Pie package, which I'm very excited about. But I haven't tried it yet. But
It's so easy. You
I'm
just,
about to.
like that,
I,
which is easy.
this décolleté needs it.
I think your décolleté looks pretty great. And it looked really great on the cover of Los Angeles magazine.
Well,
So,
they put a great big red sticker over it, so it's not. Um, all right,
oh,
that's really great. Now, Marcia, could you please tell everybody? I know, look, guys, I know this seems like I'm just like sitting here and selling you stuff, but
actually, I'm selling
my
this stuff.
I just want to, for the record, my Instagram is where I only talk about things that I use and things that I love and things that I'm passionate about. I'm not actually, I'm not a salesperson on my Instagram. I love these products. My bathroom is filled with them. And every friend that I have bought a membership for, and all my family members are feel the same way. And I've had friends, just text me and say, P, thanks so much for turning me, onto
Oh,
Beauty
that makes
Pie,
me feel
because
so good.
like changed my life. I
Yeah.
mean, in that first world kind of a way,
Of
obviously.
course. Yeah. People have
Um,
bigger problems, but it sure is nice to save a tremendous amount of money and get the greatest stuff ever for
And
your face
you
and your
have
body.
just switched the memberships
Oh my
used
God.
and
Are
you
you
just
on Plus yet?
can yes, I just got my plus. I just upped my thing to
Right,
plus.
right, right.
But can
Okay.
you
Can I
tell my
explain it?
followers about how it works? Because I think a lot of people are confused about that.
Yeah, okay. Well, we're super excited. We're actually big enough now. When we first started Beauty Pie, we didn't know how much stuff. So when members would join, we didn't know how much stuff people would buy.
Right.
And just to make it fair for everybody and also viable for ourselves, because we have to buy like thousands of each type of product and put them in the warehouse to get really good prices on them, right? Because we're kind of acting like one of the large beauty companies who would buy thousands of products to get them for a really great cost of goods, but we don't then have the crazy retail markups and the middlemen that you would pay for if you were buying from a normal beauty brand. So at the beginning, we had to limit how much each member could buy each month because we were small and we didn't know how much people would buy each month. And we had to kind of, take a guess. It was a wild guess. And at the same time, we couldn't really afford to, to put that much stuff times 400 products in the warehouse in each country. And we are now big enough. It's quite exciting to take those limits off. And so we've just launched a new membership. It's called Beauty Pie Plus, and it's an annual membership. And instead of having limits to how much you can buy each month, you can kind of shop to your heart's content. There's still an annual limit just to make sure that we don't get cleared out by, one person and then suddenly they've got to shop on eBay. But people can buy, 3 times. I mean, you can kind of shop very, very freely now, which is also better for the environment. People don't have to shop and ship every month. They can, buy all their collagen powder, a 6-pack of it at once, or 6-pack of their favorite face cream, or candles for their friends, or whatever it is. So now if you go to the website, you'll find an option. Now, this is only available in the US right now, and we're rolling it out into the UK. We had some delivery issues, so not everything has arrived. So we don't have enough inventory in the UK, but early September, Beauty Pie Plus will come to the UK. But right now,
Oh,
and Paulina, I hooked, frozen.
oh,
Maybe
something froze.
someone's calling you again. You're
No,
very
no,
popular.
that wasn't a phone
Um,
call.
so I hooked something up for all of your followers. So anybody who goes in and joins Beauty Pie Plus and remembers to use the code Paulina sent me, all one word, no spaces,
Yes, guys,
gets $10 off their
if
membership.
anybody gets turned on to Beauty Pie by me, please put in Paulina sent me, all one word. So I'll profit a
We need to
little.
know how influential she is because she's a superstar. And so just remember, if you go and join, it's beautypie.com. You can go through and look at everything, and then you'll find your way to a page that just says join. And you can pick an annual membership or a monthly, but annual is a way better deal. And then you can join. Put Paulina sent me in the code box before you check out, and you'll get $10 off your first order. Which I'm sure you can find a million great things to try out. Some of Paulina's favorites, and everything else is pretty self-explanatory. But it's like being a kid in a candy shop.
It really is. That's like why I used to love to spend most of my time in American drugstores, because to me,
Yeah,
Europe, it was just, oh my God, the endless supply of things, the endless
stuff.
choices. And Beauty
Yes,
Pie is an endless choice too, and it's on your computer, so you can sit at home and just like peruse through all these things that would be so great to have. And you can
you
actually buy
can.
them. So, Marcia, if you have to go, you can totally
I
check it.
I
You
do
can
if you don't
totally.
mind, and I know you're gonna do your skin, your makeup tips and stuff like that. So I will leave you if I
Well,
can
I'm
figure
gonna.
out how.
Oh yeah, right. I know. Me too. I'm gonna
I'll figure it
stick
out.
around, guys, and I'm going to answer your questions now because here I am, and I might just as well. So, Marcia, thank you so much, and
Hey,
I
thank you so
love
much for
you.
having
I
me.
love your company, and you just keep going with us because you're making all of us more beautiful.
Oh, well, I am so grateful for you and for you helping us spread the word about it. And, it's just such a real joy and a gift to be able to kind of thrill women and guys who love their products
Oh,
by making the good stuff really affordable.
exactly. Thank you
Take
so
care.
much.
Thank you. Have a wonderful weekend. And hi, everybody. Take care. Bye.
Hi. Okay, let's see if we know how to get rid of you. Yep, there she is. There, she's gone. All right. Now it's just me. Marcia really is fantastic. Like that, the brain of that woman, and she never stops working, which is really just phenomenal. And it's kind of a sweet job. I mean, skin stuff is fun, and cosmetics are fun. This is all like just fun stuff. But I'm here now, so and I can take your questions. Well, why don't I? Why don't I do that? Okay, you love me. That's great. Thank you. Uh, okay, let's see if there's anybody that has any questions for me. And if you don't have any questions, you just have some really lovely comments. Thank you, and thank you all for your. Okay, so here's somebody that asked me about microneedling or dermapen. I have done the little pen around the eyes. I think it's called the plasma pen. And I have done microneedling once with my favorite laser esthetician, Rachel. And it does make your skin really glowy. I didn't notice like a super huge difference in like, you know, wrinkles or sagging, but it did make me look really nice for a couple of weeks afterwards. So yes, I have tried it. How do you build true confidence? Dude, I'm still working on it. When I figure it out, I'll let you know, okay? Vitamin C before or after hyaluronic acid. It seemed like you should use it before, just because it's a serum, so the hyaluronic acid is brings in moisture into your skin. So it seems logical that you would put on the thing that blocks the free radicals and then infuse your skin with water. You know what I'm going to talk about for a while is makeup, because some of you asked me about makeup on my feed, and I thought, and I put on all beauty pie makeup today in honor of Marcia. I don't always just wear beauty pie, of course, because there's lots of fun, great products out there. So I'm going to show you what I do for makeup just right now. So for a base, for a foundation, I have been using this stuff. It's called, it's reversed on the camera, but it's called Lunan Aster, and it's a CC cream. So it's basically a tinted moisturizer. I do think that when you get to be more mature and fabulous, heavy foundations are not a good idea. And also heavy powders are not a good idea, unless you have very oily skin, in which case you can probably still get away with it. But if you have drier skin like me, don't go there. The CC or the BB creams seem to be a really good solution because they're kind of moisturizing and light, and they let your skin through, and they're good for your skin too. And I usually put it on with a brush, because then you can control where you put it and how you put it on. Because the fact is, you might just need a little bit around your nose and a little bit on your cheeks. You might not need to slather it all over your face. Again, less is more. And then under eye concealer, yeah, get these bags. Well, that's just actually, you know, being older, I think. But this is my, sorry about this, is kind of dirty. But this is my go-to for under eye circles. Now, you might not be able to see this, and I will post on my feed all the products that I use, so that you guys can like make heads or tails of this, because I know it goes by too quickly for you to figure it all out. But this, I've been talking about this for like 2 years now. It's called Color Science Total Eye 3-in-1 Renewal Therapy. It's broad sunscreen, SPF 35. It goes on kind of thick, and it's a kind of almost an odd pinkish color, but it suits literally on every skin tone. If you're darker, they actually have a darker one too. But this one is for, you know, all of us white folks. This one seems to work really well on everybody. And it doesn't move. You put it on, and it just kind of stays there, and it doesn't wrinkle. You know how some of you were mentioning when you put on concealer, it makes wrinkles, and it makes the wrinkles more obvious. Well, this doesn't. Now, if I don't want to shine because I'm on camera or something where you can't be too shiny, I will use my Beauty Pie, just a translucent powder, with a brush, and I will just powder myself down a little bit. And it also has a really nice, it has like a slight shine to it, so you don't end up looking totally matte, which actually, again, you don't need to be absolutely matte at this point. It looks, you look more fresh if you have a slight glow. And then eyes. Now, eye shadows. Yes, we have, our eyelids get a little looser. And eyeshadows don't really work quite as well as they used to, right? I mean, that's just a fact of life. So I tend to prefer either very neutral tones, so that you don't see the, creping too much, and or cream shadows. Cream shadows are sometimes a little bit harder to put on, but I'm looking for my cream shadow that I used today, and of course can't find it. Anyway, it's a Beauty Pie cream shadow, and it's in Mushroom, but it goes on really nicely, and it stays really well, and it doesn't accentuate any of the, wrinkles or sags or whatever. It's not going to make it go away either, because that's just how you look now. Welcome to it. You are fabulous, and that's okay. We don't all have to look 25. It's all right to look 56, and you can still feel attractive. Again, for blush, I tend to stay away from powders. Again, aging skin and dry skin. If you have oily skin, powders are great. But this is a Beauty Pie cream blush. This has been my favorite color. I think they're kind of sold out for the moment. This is a Sexy Berry, but it will come back into stock eventually. And I usually put it right here, and then just take a large brush, and well, I thought I had that handy, and just smudge it. No hard lines. Any hard lines, such as eye pencils and under eye pencils, not a really great look anymore. It could be trendy, it could be cool, but it just doesn't look very real. Let me see what question. Yeah, not a fan of powder. Yeah, cream blush is awesome. And then lips. And see, this is really pretty minimal. It took me maybe all of 10 minutes to get my makeup done today. This is really, really awesome stuff. This is a Beauty Pie lip pencil, and I think I will list the color again. I'm sorry, I'm not super well prepared, but basically I just do an outline around my lips, and I go from the outside to the in to make the lips slightly fuller, but still following my natural lip shape. Rather than, if you start in and go out, you tend to, you tend to underdo your lip line over there. This is a very natural, great color, and it stays on like you wouldn't believe. It's really, really cool. So I put on the lip pencil, then I smudge it out a little bit with a brush, and then this stuff is fantastic. I just got it. It's a brand new product that I just got, and it's kind of like a lipstick in a pen thing, and it gives you both color and a little bit of shine, and it's kind of hydrating. And it's really pretty and like super natural and cool. So I would stay away from putting makeup, putting color, putting eyeshadow or liners underneath your eyes. For me, when I do that, it literally just like brings my whole face down. It just makes this, it makes my eye seem lower. We always think that if you line your whole eye, it's gonna kind of pop your eye out and your eye's gonna look bigger. That's not necessarily true. Sometimes it actually shrinks your eye visually. It's a funny thing. Now, if you do feel like you want something underneath, it's like right now, I never put on mascara on my bottom lashes, and it also spares you the hassle of having mascara on your cheeks, right? But I don't typically put color under my eyes at all, unless, and I do this quite a lot actually, I will use, this is my new Beauty Pie color palette with, it's a bronzer, and this highlighter is fab. I will use the bronzer as eyeshadow. I will put it a little bit in the crease here, and if I use anything on the bottom of my eyes, it's the bronzer. I'll just put a little bit underneath my eyes, so it has a slight definition, but it's very gentle. All right, let me check the comments and see if there's anything that I can answer for you. Yes, I know I can talk without opening my mouth like a ventriloquist. I think I'm really good at it after years of having makeup done on me and me wanting to talk anyway because I can't shut up. Would I ever discuss menopause? Yeah, of course I would. I'm not entirely sure that I'm an expert in menopause. I mean, I went through it, but I didn't do a great job of going through it because I kind of went mental. So I might not be like your best guide through menopause. Let's see. Hello from the Czech Republic. Oh, you know what, guys? Since this is my very first live video, I'm just going to sort of, call it quits in a few minutes. But maybe what I'm going to do is do another session sometime soon. And then I will invite you, only you guys, only my followers, and we can chat live. As long as I can figure out how to get rid of you if you get nasty. I'm still like working on how to figure all this out. Yes, I will post all my recommendations after this. Am I wearing eyeliner now on lower eyelid? No, look. I am not wearing any eyeliner on my lower eyelid. Thank you. Thank you. I'm very happy with my cover. I'm very happy with my cover, and also doing the cover. I met a great new friend, Jill Greenberg, who is the photographer on the cover, and actually we just went out yesterday to celebrate with our friend Peter Thomas Roth, who's another skin guru. So yeah, things are good. Okay, so thank you all so much for joining. I'm sorry. I know this is kind of hard because I want to answer everybody like I usually do when I post something on my feed. But this live thing, I still have to kind of wrap my head around it and figure out like what the hell I'm doing and how to do it. And thank you so much for coming and listening to us rave about Beauty Pie. And if you if you have any interest in loading up with products that are way below cheap but don't feel like they are, give Beauty Pie a try. And thanks, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I love you all.